I'm part owner of the Blue Mountains division. So that's like, I didn't come in necessarily and say like, I'm now part owner of the Toronto area and all this. So it's like, I'm really focusing on my niche, my area.
Is it treated totally separate, like separate set of books and everything?
Yes. From an accounting perspective, like a separate set of books, just because like we have to do it that way.
Right. So it's treated as like its own entity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So you didn't buy into Hummingbird Hill Homes. You bought into Hummingbird Hill Homes.
Blue Mountains. Yeah. So being, it's essentially that I'm running and I'm overseeing everything that has to do with any build up here. So I'm dealing with clients. I'm dealing with, you name it. If it's being done in the Blue Mountains, I'm involved.
Do you have a team or is it just you?
As of right now, I have with all the PMs and everything, we basically share that load. So I have access to a great list of PMs that they already have. Yeah. We have a team of contractors that deal in this area as well.
I'm actually really curious about this structure. So you have partnership in the entity, like you own part of that entity, but you just said that you share PMs. So the PMs and like it's almost as though are the PMs 1099 or are they full-time employees?
Full-time employees.
So are you paying for them to Hummingbird Hill Homes?
Yeah. So I would
like
build
your division pays that division for the
yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, because it would come out like if for our builds, it would come out of our cost, right? So it's not like we'd want to, we'd eat into their budgets for that.
It makes a lot of sense, like that model where it's like you essentially have kind of your central location, and then as you open a division, it's a separate books and entity, but you are always like you're tapping into the kind of main headquarters, we'll call it.
Yeah.
So are you also leveraging like their accounting team and things like that?
Yeah, we're essentially leveraging their like umbrella. They've built, they have such a strong foundation that I will continue to expand, and eventually we'll have our own office up in the Blue Mountains. This is still fairly new, so it's just leveraging that team. One of the things that I really love and respect about these guys is that their processes and they're so dialed with everything when it comes to the build, when it comes to the accounting, when it comes to everything involving the business side is so dialed. And that's one of the things that attracted me to this the most, was that it's just, everything's crystal clear. There's no like, oh, well, what about this? And like no questions are unanswered. There's no gray areas. And they already have everything laid out. So it's, when it comes to expanding, it was a no-brainer. And yeah,
it's funny because we talk about that all the time. It's like you cannot scale your business, and obviously this isn't scaling just like let's do more work, let's have more sales revenue. Obviously that's one component of it, but like to be able to open a separate division and not have substantial systems would be an absolute nightmare. And like, let's be honest, I'm sure that there are certain aspects of it that are still an absolute nightmare, like it's building and construction. But to do that without having that backbone is like a shit show.
Hats off to these guys. They've built a phenomenal business. And this is one of the things I respect most about Ian as well, is this guy has got a brain for, like, I remember in carpentry school, like we were going through my apprenticeship program. He just thinks differently. Like my teacher his brain worked very mathematically, and I consider myself good at math. I feel like in the trades you have to be, but he would come up with his own formulas, and I would look at Ian and be like, I don't understand. Like, what is he saying? And then Ian's like, oh, it's this, and that. And that's just how Ian works. So he has dialed these processes. He's, I think, a big part of why these processes work so well. Like he could sit there and just break these things down and find deficiencies, and just make it better. And everyone involved, like they truly are just like, oh, okay, how can we make this team better? And they're willing to see past their own weaknesses and be like, we need someone. Oh, we have a little chink in our armor. We need to bring in someone to fill that spot. So it's like truly impressive. And like I said, there were times I'm like, man, is this too good to be true? But like, I'm so happy to be working with these guys and like a truly great group of guys. Like you'd meet some of these guys and you sit down and have a beer with them. You're like, some good dudes.
Is it substantially different from a systems perspective without obviously speaking negative on anything, but like how much different is it?
It's very different. I mean, the scale is completely different.
Even just from like an old school perspective, right? I would consider a lot of like my systems they work to a certain extent, but I couldn't have 60 employees with my systems.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. They, their systems are dialed. I'll just speak to Hummingbird and the fact that like, I'm really like beyond impressed with their systems and what they do. Coming from the television side where it's like you're mixing television, you're mixing construction, you're mixing all these things is like, it's a different beast. But yeah, it's different.
Did Ian start this company?
So Aaron Miller was the founder and had started it initially. And then Ian had joined and they co-founded it together. They built this business together.
And how many years have they been in business?
I want to say Hummingbird's been happening for something like 11 years.
Yeah.
The reason they work so well is because they have such different strengths and such different personalities while still having that same goal in mind. They're like, build quality, build sustainably. And like these homes, man, like, and the same thing, walking through White Oak, it's like, we're all like-minded in that sense that we're building better. We're building better. And it's like, there's not a ton of people out there like us that are building to that quality and building to that standard. So yeah, they're just like truly Ian and Aaron are very different. The other guys, Dave, Kyle, that are part of the top team, Sandra, they have such amazing strengths that they all bring to the table. And then, you have me, I bring my own strengths to the table as well. So it's really, really great team.
How's the media aspect tie into the business? I mean, Ian was walking around with the camera at JLC too. And so from my perception was that he was not construction business. He was just media team following you around. Sorry, Ian.
I think we're at this point, the media company is a startup.
Yeah.
So we have 4 employees right now. We have myself, Ian, Jenna, who is, we call her our Tamagotchi. She's videographer and editor. Then we have my wife, who is we call the director of growth. She deals with a lot of socials. She's our podcast producer, our director on site. So we're all wearing a lot of hats at this point. So
typical
sometimes
small business.
Exactly. We all believe in the same dream. We're all dreaming the same dream here. So we're like, okay, we'll just do what we have to make it work. So Ian launched Project Network. It's an app and a network to connect builders to contractors and vice versa. So if you're a contractor who is looking for more work, looking to connect with a builder, that's what Project Network does. And then from builder to builder, you're like, okay, you're looking to connect with a plumbing company, an HVAC company, whatever. That's what this app is all about. And so early days when we were talking about this, we're talking like, okay, well, he's thinking maybe we need to do some media around this. And I'm like, we had some drinks one night and I'm like, man, let's do our own show. Like it's 2026. Like I film everything I do. I know you guys,
I feel like Ian is Canadian Nick. So you just throwing ideas out there and then be like, yeah, let's do it.
That's Ian, man. I threw some crazy ideas. He's like, I love it. And then
Canadian Nick.
I see a lot. I see some similarities there because Nick, I don't know you all that well, but I do see similarities there. And that's where one day it came our whole thing is we talked today, we got together and it's snowballed and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. President of Hummingbird Hill Homes, Blue Mountains, and then part of Project Network. And then all of a sudden Point Load Media, it's just grown so quick. And we had these ideas and I'm pitching ideas and throwing all these things out to him. And he's like, are you telling me we're starting a media company together? And I was like, yeah, I guess we are.
Sure as hell sounds like it.
So, did we just become best friends? Yep. And that's honestly how it happened. And now we're documenting the custom builds. We're going through all these like crazy custom builds. We're showcasing, our goal is to really highlight the skilled trades. We all of us have been in the skilled trades for years now, and we've seen how it's evolved. And I know that's how we connected last time, was about the stigma within the skilled trades. We've watched that, and it's changing drastically.
You say your goal is to highlight the skilled trades, but what's the underlying goal behind that?
The underlying goal behind highlighting the skilled trades?
How does that lead to business, right?
Oh.
Or is it not related to like your Blue Mountain division?
It will certainly be related to the Blue Mountain division. It's not necessarily, it will certainly, like, we're going to be doing other people's job sites as well as Hummingbird Hill Homes. But the biggest highlight will be Hummingbird Hill Homes, because we have access to all of these custom builds.
So now, is the thought that if you promote the trades, you'll help grow the trades, which will benefit the building? Or are I guess I'm asking because this is something I struggled with where, we, for 11 years now, we've been documenting what we do. And we have built a great name for ourselves amongst our peers. So it's like builders think we're good builders, and we get a tremendous amount of traffic, and people are like, you must get leads like crazy. I'm like, no, because I'm only talking to builders. Like, all of my content has been for you guys. Yeah. So you guys reach out to me asking me questions about how to do something, and I'm like, I need to sell a house, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's the series. I guess the why behind it is, it's not like, will it help land jobs? Potentially, but that's not the goal. The goal is really, it's like in our mind, it's like, yes, build the skilled trades up. I've talked to so many students over my career that are like, I'm thinking about getting the skilled trades, or I'm not going to go into the trades because my mom doesn't want me to, or my friends are doing this, or because it feels like a fallback option in a career. So it's really highlighting and just showing like, okay, it's a $20 million house, and this is the people who build it. Like, this is what it takes to build this style of house, and highlighting, like, I met this one guy, Francis, or I met him. He's 5 years in the trades. He was a personal trainer. The pandemic killed his career. And he's like, shit, well, I've always wanted to get into the trades. Now might be a good time because I need money. And then all of a sudden he starts carpentry. This guy's a master carpenter within 5 years. The work he does for Hummingbird is phenomenal. So it's had guys like that had an opportunity, had been pushed in that direction a little bit earlier. I can't imagine the things they could do. Skills Ontario, Skills Canada, Skills USA. It's like the Olympics for skilled trades. If you haven't checked that out, I'd highly encourage you to. It's like you see the talent in the next generation of the skilled trades. And it's like, that's what we're trying to encourage, because selfishly, at the end of the day, we bring more people into the skilled trades. It helps us, helps our bottom dollar. It's easier to pull from a larger pool of talent. But then it's like, I'm so sick and tired of fixing shit homes. I'm so sick and tired of seeing crap homes being built, renovations going in. You're like, oh, here's a brand new home that needs to be fixed because it's done poorly. It's like minimum code. And we've talked about this, minimum code is such crap. Like, okay, it's great. We need a minimum, but the fact that we're just building to that, that's why I want to build custom homes. Cause I'm like, these are so much better. We're building homes that are going to last hundreds of years. We're building homes that are going to last people's lifetime, that they can pass on to their kids, their kids' kids. This is how we should be building. So it's highlighting that. And to me, it's like, that's what the trades are all about, bringing back that pride in the trades.
Every builder eventually has a project that goes sideways, so thinking about the terrace wood situation, in terms of like putting your name behind something that publicly failed, like, what is that? Like, what lesson have you learned from that? And I think it ties into what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, I think one of the lessons I've learned, I'll speak for me, is like, look, I'm human, and I'm going to show that I'm human. I'm not perfect. One of the things that I didn't and I don't like about some network television is that the appearance of being perfect. I'm not. I make mistakes all the time. That's what makes me better. So it's like, obviously in legal situations, we can't document certain things, but we're documenting everything. We're talking about mistakes. I'm not trying to, I think when people see someone who's like, I never make mistakes, and they portray to be this perfect person, whether it's fitness, diet, relationship building, no matter what. Like you see it all on social media. I think that's when they want to like really tear someone down, because everyone makes mistakes. And what we're trying to do here is we want to disclose and show. It's like, okay, here's something bad that happened. Here's how we remedied it. Remedied it. It's still early. And so it's showing all sides of it. Obviously, if something goes really sideways, knock on wood, it hasn't happened yet, but we're just trying to document it all.